Alright, y'all. Well, finally packed up. I think it took me dang near 35 minutes to get everything packed up. But this walk is about, I don't know, 1.3, I think. So anyways, I'm fixing to have to stop again. I just remembered I didn't take my thick socks off. Anyways, we're gonna get down this ridge and we're walking through a winter wonderland. We got a long walk. Here we go. Alright, so we're in here on a spot that I dropped a pin yesterday. And I wanted to come back to. We was talking about moving to. So the good thing is, there's deer sign everywhere. Tracks everywhere. Deer sign everywhere. But it is thick. And there's beds all over. So I've been trying to find some good sign. I found a tree I like. And that's from this morning. Ooh. So where I'm at down here, it's hard for y'all to tell. But you can see over here, the ground's all tore up. And I was walking going, man, it looks like there was a fight. And I'm assuming somebody got their tail whipped right here. The only reason I'm still on the ground is I am trying to find a tree. I finally got unpissed off at myself by that deer. What you didn't see is doe was about 15 yards from me. And I just reached around and grabbed my bow and snatched it off the rack. So that didn't work out too good. It's part of it. Still learning this old videoing game. Y'all hang with us. I'm having to fold my rope.
So I said go to where the deer are. Now, you already seen, we walked through a bedding area. First of all, the first spot we walked through, most people would have probably sit on. It was a deep ravine. Had a lot of tracks going through it. Up and down the side of the ridges, down below a saddle. It was pretty. But I put a spot on my map and that's where I was going, so kept going. Got up in between there and here. Just west of just the side I came from of my pen was a bedding area. So can't hunt that. I could hunt it this evening, but I plan on coming back in here again tomorrow. So anyways, went on past it. I got over here, found 3 fresh scrapes. Found some blood. One of those bucks must have got whooped up on pretty good. Y'all saw that. I go to climb in my tree. It's thick. And I don't know that I'm in the right spot. I'm splitting the difference. Again, it's 40 yards to those scrapes. Right out in front of me, about 30 yards, there's a trail. And then up here above me, while I was climbing my tree, I looked over and there was a doe. Well, obviously I'm making a little noise. Well, I must have got the attention of a buck. Is that a 6-point come running down towards me? So I've been in this tree 15 minutes and seen more deer than I've seen in another stand in 2 hunts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm fixing to get over here, eat some crackers, because I'm starving and it's midday. And then I'm fixing to bang the hell out of some horns. What's going on, guys? It is morning number 3. We're walking in. We've got a 1.7 mile hike. Sorry about the light. It's the best I can do. But anyway, Eric's going back to where he's been at. He's seen a shooter in there every day. The new spot I found yesterday afternoon, I ended up seeing about 8 deer. So anyways, I found their beds. I literally found like 13 deer beds, and they're all about roughly 150 yards to the south of me. And so anyways, yesterday morning when those deer got up, they moved north, and so I'm hoping that this morning they do the same thing, because we had a wind shift and we've got an east wind shifting to southeast. So the way my stand is set up is absolutely perfect if those deer do the same thing they did yesterday. So
Morning, guys. I think it's January 4th. I'm not sure. Still in Alabama. I'm doing this interview early because everything in here is froze again. Everything's popping. And pretty much I don't think I got anything close to me right now. Did an all-day sit yesterday. Saw, I don't even know how many I saw. 10 or 12. Still in here in this same spot. I saw shooter bucks the last 2 days. And I mean shooter bucks from where I come from. They were good deer. Didn't get the first one on video because it was raining. That was on the second, I think. Probably gonna be the last sit in here. If I can get my stuff off the tree. Everything's froze. Anyways, stick with us. We'll see how it goes.
So I told y'all I was gonna start this page to bring you the real side of bow hunting. And I tell everybody, the self-filming on public land is going to kill me. So that was the 12th deer I've seen this morning. Decided I was gonna shoot her. Ranged a spot. And used the wrong daggone pin. Today has been one of those days. I mean, first the buck this morning, and then that. Not to mention that I've had another doe that came over here at 25. Never even had an opportunity to get a shot at that one. Welcome to the shit show. What's going on, guys? So Eric said this place better. There ain't no red lights. Turns out there's red lights. He just drives through them. So anyhow, so y'all saw this morning. I had a pretty bad day in the tree. Eric actually ended up not seeing anything. And like I said, we can't hunt that spot. Now I can hunt a spot that's about 200 yards from where I was at, and I'm probably going to the last day we're here, but we can't hunt that spot tomorrow or Thursday. So anyways, now we're in Eric's truck instead of my truck, and we've got the boat. Boy, you just almost got that curve. Anyways, now we've got the boat, and we're heading around to the river. Whenever I was still in the tree, Eric got down, drove down the road to this place that we had both looked at. Actually, when we picked this spot, both of us picked this place and said we wanted to go to it. And so he drove down there, and it turns out you can't access it unless you're in a boat. So it's now, what time is it? It's 11:40. Knowing we've only got 2 days left. Tomorrow's supposed to be a pretty decent day. I think the low's only 34, highs in the 40s. And then Thursday is an 80% chance if he don't kill us. Thursday there's an 80% chance of I just thought about it, I can't even think. I gotta get you one of these hats. Anyway, so Thursday there's an 80% chance of wintry mix all day again. The low's like 20. It's gonna be miserable. So anyhow, we're gonna go over here and check this spot out while we have time. We're gonna go in. I think we've got. Look, I stopped at this red. He's gonna stop at this red light. It's because he's on camera this time. Probably on camera on the last one too. Probably get a ticket in the mail. But anyhow, we're gonna go. Well, we got time this afternoon. We're gonna go over here and scout this, because what we didn't want to do is be coming into this the first time tomorrow morning before daylight and not know anything about it. So we're gonna go in there right now. We're gonna start at the far, north side of that, I guess it is, and come on back. Yeah, we're gonna start at the far north side of this place, and then just come back towards the boat ramp, jumping from pin to pin that we have marked on Onyx. So. All right, so it turns out when Eric hunted the other day, he's seen the only 3 deer that was in. Turns out he's seen the only 3 deer in the whole area. So back to the truck, we're gonna load up, hit another boat ramp. It's 1:30 right now. There's another boat ramp straight across from where I was hunting, seeing all those deer. And so anyways, we can hunt on it this afternoon. And then, as I said earlier, about probably 300 yards from where I was hunting is the line, and we can hunt that line in the morning. And I know that 2 of those bucks are going out that way. Now, the buck I seen this morning, he was not going out that way. But anyhow, I walked through yesterday on the piece of public that we can be on tomorrow. And on Onyx, I've got 3 different real good crossings, and then a bedding area. It probably had 20 beds on it. Literally 20 beds on top of that ridge. I think I might have it on video, but anyways, we're gonna head over there and see if we can get set up, if nothing else, for tomorrow. That's where we're going. We're gonna hit that chute, run up to that big point that's up on top. So anyways, here we go.
4th, the evening set. I know Denny's gonna talk about my river spot where I went in and saw the only 3 deer on the whole damn thing. So we moved down. Found some good sun in here, set up on some acorns. You'll get to know this about me. I always sit up in the wrong spot, but that's what I told him. I was like, at least I'll get good video of whatever comes in here. I climbed a tree I thought was perfect. I ain't gonna be able to shoot 20 yards. Acorns are 30. But maybe we'll get some good footage.
Alright guys, as y'all just seen, Eric dropped me off. And there's an island that comes out here. It's not really an island, it's connected to land, but it runs about 300 yards. And then it's like a big V to the north of me, about, I don't know, 500 yards is a private land bean field. It's still got standing beans on it. So anyways, downgraded the boat, so fixing to pick up the bow. I've got about a 400 yard walk. We've got about 45 minutes before daylight, so to me I'm a little late. But anyhow, this is what I do best. I like to go in blind, so here we go. Alright, so as y'all know from this week, we've got a lot of rain. Worst possible case scenario for me, I can't get to the spot I wanted to hunt because the timber's flooded. So I'm heading back to the west to try to see if I can figure out where the water stops and see if I can find a good crossing on the edge of it. We are late. Scouting and how important that is. So the spot I wanted to go to was flooded, had about, 12 inches of water all the way across it. Will deer use it? Yes, but I was like 90% certain that that's a bedding area, which means they're not bedding in there. Now, I had this spot marked too as a secondary. The reason for that is it keeps you from walking all over your woods. So I was able to go to the first spot, realize it was a bust, regain plan, and come over here now from the ground. I was like, man, this spot is terrible. there's not just a ton of sign. And I'm sitting in the wide open, and I absolutely hate that. However, now I'm in the tree. This spot looks phenomenal. Hey, you hear me talk about it all the time. I don't like to hunt the bottoms. Will you see me hunting bottoms? Yes, but because it's a crossover point, so it's a place where deer are going to be crossing that bottom. Traditionally speaking, deer don't walk these bottoms very often. They'll walk the sides of those ridges. I wanted to be on the side of a ridge in here, but it's just too thick. That's not an option. So I'm in the bottom, and I'm just above, I don't know, about 5 foot above eye level of something that walks out on top of the ridge. So what I'm hoping is to the south of me is where that water's at. It's in between me and the boat. And then to the north of me is this big pine thicket. These guys, this private land, kind of bean field, surrounded in pine trees. I've seen deer from the other side of it where I was hunting, funneling in and out of those pines all week, the last 2 days. So we've got a good west wind here. I'm gonna sit here and hope that deer are coming from my west and southwest, either out of or skirting the edge of that water. If I was a buck, and I know the bucks are cruising right now, there should be no reason that they wouldn't cruise the edge of this thicket once this wind goes from west to southwest. Because they can walk the edge of this, and it's kind of a gap right here in between a real thick bottom and then this pine thicket. So I think we stand a pretty good chance of seeing a buck cruising this morning. There's not a lot of bucks on this lower end. That doesn't mean anything. I know why there was a bunch of bucks on where I was hunting, and that was because it was his bedding area. The only bad thing, I know there's 4 different shooter bucks within 3/4 of a mile of me now, maybe a mile. Actually, I'm sorry, there's 5. So this place over here is full of doe. Maybe we can get lucky and those does are funneling out of here. Eric is set up about 250 yards west of me on that creek crossing. If it happens in here, it's gonna be sketchy. Ooh, it's gonna be sketchy. So I'm in the wide ass open. Stuck up, get quiet, see what happens. Wednesday, January 5th. Still on Alabama Public. I had a rough day yesterday. I didn't even see a deer. Back in here on some acorn trees. Pretty good acorn sign. See what happens.
I'm set up in a different spot. The sun is shining and it's hot. Hadn't seen it since we've been out here all week. Got a little feller under us. I know you've seen some video. I hadn't even gotten the tree good and got set up. Still under us. Still may get shot. Stick with us. My bow is on the ground. Today is that guy's lucky day. It is now 1:50 and I have seen 0 deer. I don't know. Anyways, Eric has seen one when he was getting set up. He had a yearling come in, hung out underneath him. Lucky it didn't come by my tree. There's not much to say, I'm frustrated. I've been all in deer. There's no way you could have convinced me I wouldn't have killed a deer by now. 0 chance. I've been in deer since the first sit here. Since I went in blind. The first day. Go in blind. See 6 deer. And I've seen deer every sit since. I've had deer in bow range. All of them but one, I think. Maybe 2. Something like 42 deer total right now in 3.5 days. That's nuts. That's filming. Well, that's filming yourself. It's frustrating. But when I get frustrated, it just drives me more. So we're in a good spot. I know we're in a good spot. I would say. So I know it's hard to see, but you see that log right there in front of the deer? Right in front of that tree. There's a bomb cap on that log. There you go, you can see it.
yes, no, you're out on. Try to give y'all a little rundown of what's happening. So, I text Eric, and it was like 1 hour warning. Because it was 3 o'clock. I haven't been seeing deer before 4 o'clock. And I heard, meh. It sounded almost like a doe bleat, but it was grunt. There's a 3-point that I've seen pretty often in that other set. Anyways, he came through running a doe to the north. 5 minutes later, runner to the south. And they're 70 yards from me, but they're across a ditch. Anyhow, I text Eric, said they're running your way. And I text him again, said never mind, I come back my way. And then I heard brrr, and I was like, and there is a good buck that has picked up in the race. I couldn't tell anything about his right side, but it looked like his left side had 5 on it. Put 5 on that. Anyway. They was going the other way. What's bad if they was on this side? I actually probably could have killed the big one, because he was just kind of scraggling back behind. I had the grunt going. It locked him up. I don't know how much of that I got on video, but that was awesome. Somewhere along the way, that big deer kicked the other deer, this little one, away, and he came in behind a different doe. The blood trail on this thing is gruesome. I'm looking at it. Let me show you real quick. Holy cow. And it runs all the way up to the woods like that. That's a blood trail. Wow. Oh, yeah, it's a blood trail because something died. So let me give you a little play-by-play. So, that little buck that was running that doe earlier, the big deer comes in. I watch him cross this ridge. You couldn't see him on film, it's too thick. But the big deer comes in and pushes the little buck away. The little buck leaves. Big buck takes off chasing the doe. Well, in case y'all don't know, I'm hungry, right? So I'm trying to kill a doe. And getting a deer on film here has just been difficult, is saying it lightly. Anyhow, I had a doe coming down to me, minding her own business. She got all the way over here and was probably 40 yards. The hole she was walking towards was about 25. And I was going to go ahead and let it eat. That little buck come from all the way to the other side of the ditch, across the ditch, up the hill, talking about running, and bump my doe. So then she runs up here, stops about 8 yards from me. Well, as y'all know, if you watch my Arkansas public land hunt, if there's a doe that's coming in, I like to leave her right underneath my tree, and preferably with an arrow in her, because those bucks will come check her, even though she's not alive. Anyhow, he run up here and bumped her off of me. And let me tell you something, little guy. You don't bump no doe off me when I'm 46 deer in and not a shot yet. It's a bad day for that guy. Anyways, I don't know that I have shot a deer that small since I was a kid, but there's a 3-point dead about 35 yards, and I'm just as excited about it as if it was a 140. My doe again. He won't be spooking no more does, guys. I got you. Alright guys, so Eric's down here now. We're fixing to blood trail this thing up. Like I said, he ain't the biggest in the world, but he ain't gonna get no bigger. Don't bump my dough and think you're gonna get away from it. That's the impact spot. Not even the running. That's weird. Yeah. That is the impact spot. So. How well you can see anything. Everybody's like, why do you shoot rage hypodermic? I don't know. I'd walk slower, I swear, but I don't know if there's a reason to. There's the other half of my arrow. Alright, well, that's meat in the freezer. We called this a stacking body strip. That's what we come down here to do, Eric and I. And then we messed around and got on some good deer and kind of forgot about what we come down here to do, which is, this is our kind of our last hoorah before the season's over, and we're trying to fill freezers. So anyways, this one's gonna do just that, and I bet that's the last time he bumps a doe off somebody, I guarantee you. Good hunting, guys. All right, we are cleaning out the Airbnb. There's QADs. This is what Eric shoots, what I will be shooting, because I'm out of broadheads. There's Eric, trying to get his stuff ready. So this stuff was supposed to change over to sleet and snow this morning, and it didn't do so. And here nor there. Love those, man, they're cool. But anyhow, yeah, we've got a ride ahead of us. We're gonna go out, hunt this evening, and then I gotta head to the ATA. The wife is upset with me because it's about 5 hours from here. It's the 6th of January, and there is a nasty cold front, a bunch of sleet and snow moving across the nation right through where I gotta drive tonight. But you know what? I don't have anywhere to be till 8 o'clock in the morning, so let's go. It's time to kill a buck. Woo! Got our big thick stuff on. I should probably wear it to the deer stand this afternoon, considering it's gonna be 22, but I'm not that smart. So, gold. That's a good sign. Alright, so I'm kind of explaining this to y'all. That's the tree Eric's gonna get in. It's got a little cover on it. So that little ridge that's right there in front of him, that's the south side of it. The other day when it snowed, all those deer beds were on the south side of that ridge, with that north wind coming over the top of it. Now, the wind shifted out of the south. They were bedding on this ridge. My stand is just across that knoll. And I've seen 2 bucks use this little bottom right here, and it's tore up with buck sign. So the plan is Eric's gonna set this side, the south side's little ridge. I'm gonna be on the north side. I know they're crossing right over there, dead in between us. All right, y'all, we just got back in the tree. Matthews is still hanging tight. I'm doing this on my secondary camera because, as you can tell, it's still raining. But I'm gonna tell you, you don't hear me say this very often. Today is the day. This weather is phenomenal. I mean, to me, it's phenomenal. A lot of people hate it. Anyways, the weather's phenomenal. It's gonna break at the perfect time. The pressure's on the rise. This huge cold front just got in the state. And in between where I just put Eric and where I'm sitting, it's gonna happen. Now, whether we hold out for a big one, I don't know. But deer gonna move this evening. Put that in your book. Put a check by it. Because Denny said it first. We'll see you guys in a little while. Good on.
What's going on, guys? Last day of the Alabama hunt. Move down in here. Hopefully we do some good this evening. Stick with us.
said big deer in the pines. And anyways, when I tell y'all it's thick, Eric's 70 yards from me, and that buck, he was a big 8-point. He just split the difference. He took the one trail that neither one of us can shoot. That split the difference right in between us. Even if I would have been in the tree that I was in before, I don't think I could have shot him. There's Eric right there, so he says. That's kind of what I thought. The deer looked like he wasn't 30 yards from Eric. Anyways, Eric just texted and said that he never had a hole. He never had a place to shoot. I'm telling you, that is the story of this place. It's great. There's a lot of deer. That makes 49. And I've at least seen a shooter every day. But it's so ground thick here that it's dang near impossible to get a shot. I'm shivering, it's cold. It's bad cold. Ain't gonna do anything but get colder. Anyways, back at it.